Thank you all so much for stopping by today. So we're going to do our September garden tour, and I am serious. I know y'all hear it all the time, but this one is going to be very short because we're in the process of doing a turnover. And make sure that you stick around to the end because we're going to be announcing our birthday giveaway winners. So let's go ahead and let's get started. So I first wanted to start here with the roses, the Desdemona and the Queen of Sweden roses that we planted, and they are getting tall, and I have been harvesting the rose petals pretty much on a daily basis and coming out here and kind of doing a little bit of trim. But what I love about the Desdemona rose is I'm going to get a little bit closer so you can see all of the rose buds that they put on, and probably in like 2 or 3 days they will have bloomed, and then we got more new growth. So for us, spring and fall, the roses do so beautifully, and I'm so glad I got the Desdemona rose because I have been so impressed with them. Now I love the Queen of Sweden rose, I love the smell, but they are a little bit slower to bloom. They have been blooming, but they're a little bit slower to bloom. But we got two Desdemona roses on each end, and they have definitely been performing. And fall, as it cools off, is a great time to go ahead and kind of prune up things if that's when you're going to do it. So probably about in the next month, I want to go ahead and start shaping these boxwoods right here because I kind of wanted a spear shape to just go ahead and shape them up. Now the Guara is coming back. We trimmed that back really good some months ago and just gave it our normal dry release or slow release, the dry fertilizer, and they're coming back. I do see where this one is not coming back as well, but these are definitely flourishing. And y'all know I have a love-hate relationship with the Gara. Right now I love it, it looks good, but I know that it'll probably get a little bit wilder as the next month or so go on, but that's okay. They really add a nice touch to this area. So y'all, let me tell you about the butterfly pea flower. First of all, I want to thank each and every one of you who has put in an order. We've had some good reviews, and so I just want to thank you. We still have some more in stock, but I can tell you as the weather is getting cooler and the flowers are starting to get just a little bit smaller, but they're not putting on as much as they should. But I know probably within the next month or so, I'm going to have to go ahead and pull it. Now, what I have been doing as well is saving some of the seeds. I like to let my seeds dry as much as they can on the vine. So we've been saving seeds. So hopefully next season we can offer some of the seeds so that if you're interested, you can definitely purchase and get nothing but beautiful blue flowers. So we're trying to keep the website updated as we pick them, as we dehydrate them. So if you're interested, we have a single pack and then we have the friend pack. I'll make sure I put that in the description. But I want to thank each and every one of you who have placed an order, because I was like, I know a lot of people knew about the butterfly pea flower, but a lot of people must have known more than what I thought. And so we've been getting lots of orders coming in, and we have been picking them daily. But I like to update them after we've dehydrated them, just so I can make sure that I don't put any more on the website than we have. So again, I'll leave that in the description if you want to go ahead and order your butterfly pea flowers. They're grown organically. And then I'll also put the video up that we did. But you do still have time to purchase some, because once the season ends or once the flowers start producing, then that'll be it for the season. So I still have not pulled this bed because we still have peppers. Now we had a little problem with the worms, so I have been spraying it with BT. I did a spraying last night and it seems like they're working. Like I tell you, when you do a spraying, it can't be a one and done. You have to keep coming and keep doing it until you can kind of gain control of the problem. But these peppers really have been putting on. If you are not following us on Instagram, make sure you do so, because we did a beautiful harvest the other day. We had red peppers, the yellow peppers, and the orange, but they're still putting on. This will probably really be my last bed that I pull, because we still have more blooms that are going. And I told y'all, every year this time of year it's really hard for me to kind of pull my vegetables up and start with the fall leafy greens, just because this type of weather is when they really start flourishing. So we still have this bed going, and then I'll move over here. We have our bay leaves growing, but I also put on Instagram all of our figs that are being put on our fig plant. And I'm ready to start eating them. So we've been giving them some good nourishment. Y'all know what I call the B12 shot. So they've been growing and flourishing. So hopefully they'll be ready soon. And then I'll turn right around here, because our strawberries have started putting on lots of growth as well. I had to get in here and really clean this bed out because I'm not gonna lie, I kind of let it go. I kind of let the bed go. But the strawberry plants are starting to come back. I didn't root the runners like I should have, because at one time it was just so much from this blue salvia. As you see, I cut it back and it's starting to come back. It was coming over into this bed, and it was just so much, and I couldn't see, so I kind of let it go. But the strawberries are coming back, and here's another section of the butterfly pea flowers. We have to get here and we have to pick some of those. But I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm probably gonna pull it down before it gets super cold, just because of the simple fact it does trellis. It really does. Wow. And I'm at a point now where I have to like put my hat on and go under the cattle panel, because you got bees in there and a couple of spiders in there. So yeah, but they're still coming on. These were my late. These right here were the ones I did late. I don't even know if y'all can see that bee over there, but this bee definitely always visits, and he does whatever he's gonna do. But yeah, it's getting very wild. I'll show you in just a second, like a front view of how it looks. Okay, so I hope you see the bee. He's now moved to this flower right here. But I just want to point out to you, see, we got seeds that are starting to, let me give you a better view, seeds that are starting to come on. And I intentionally do that because I do want to save some seeds for these. But this is not the one. This one back here, and let me walk past this bee. I know he's going to come because he does this every day. But look at the jungle. That's what I call it, the jungle. And then we got more seed pods that are growing as well. So hopefully we'll have a very good amount of seeds. But again, go ahead and get those orders in before they're gone, because I may just have to pull that last one. That was like one of the first vines that grew. So we're going to move along to the new part of the garden, because we've had a couple of storms that came through with a lot of high winds. And so this is what happened to one of my Roselle plants. I got to get that up. It basically broke off the stem. And this is what happened when I planted it in the other part of the garden. A couple years ago, we had Hurricane Dorian come through, and that's pretty much what happened. Like, it can't take those high winds. And I know when Hurricane Dorian came through, it really, like, we had a lot of broken and torn off pieces. So I'm still hoping. I mean, I still see buds on here, but we do need to get that off. And then once this happened, let me turn right here. Once that happened, then I went and got like that tree kit. I know that it's in a pot because I didn't want the same thing to happen to this one, because this one actually kept falling over. And I still want those beautiful hibiscus, the Roselle hibiscus. You get the calyx off, and they really taste good in a tea. I have enjoyed it the whole season. I feel like I'm one of the lucky ones because we actually had a nice crop earlier than most, and so we got the calyx and we dried those and dehydrated those, and I was making tea. And so now I see another flush of blooms that are coming back on, so I hope that we'll have those pretty soon as well. Okay, so we're here to the new garden part, and so I told y'all I'm just in steps pulling up the summer vegetables. I'm gonna have to do it. It's just nothing else that could be done because I still got a lot of more things that I have to plant. But this was like the first bed that we planted. And so we have mustards and Swiss chard that are growing. Now let me tell you why I put the insect netting on, is because it's still kind of hot and we still have a lot of pests. Now the pest pressure kind of diminishes as it gets cooler for us, but I am going to take this insect netting off. But the reason why I put it on is to try to protect those seedlings when they're really small like that from the pests like coming in and eating them up, because we did have a few pests. And you know, like I tell people, I'm okay with a couple of holes in my leaves because I know what I've done to it. And it's okay if a couple of moths or whatever want to come and get them a little taste too. But what we did do is just go ahead and spray with BT. And so we're probably just going to do a preventative maintenance. We'll get on a preventative maintenance schedule, spray the BT. But these are the mustards, and I'm going to take this insect netting off because they are growing so pretty. I say in about the next 25 to 30 days, they will be ready, honey. They will be ready for me to cook, and they are going to be so good. We planted two type of mustards in here, and I'm bad once again about labeling. I know one was like the Florida broadleaf, and then I don't know what the other one was. And then we got Swiss chard in here, but they are doing well and they're looking really good. So they're big enough now because, you know, they're also starting to reach the top of this insect netting. So we're going to take those off, and then we're just going to, like I tell everyone, walk your garden every day and take note of what's going on. Now, if I start seeing a whole bunch of pest pressure, then I'll have to get something a little bit higher than these and put the insect netting back on if I notice that, until it gets like cool enough to where the pest pressure has kind of stopped. So that is this bed right here. I'm still y'all see I still have not taken my marigold up yet because I feel so bad, because every day I come out here and I see the bees, and I don't want to I've already pulled a marigold patch up over here. And so I don't want to just like put them in the shock. But the bees, they're starting to go towards the Coleus, and I'll get a little bit closer. My kids are like, step back. But like I tell people, honey, these bees aren't thinking about you. They trying to get what's in these flowers. They're not thinking about us. Now, if you just go waving your hand and knocking on the plants, then yeah, they're gonna come after you and attack. But right now I see 4 bees on these Coleus. This Coleus I am going to plant again. Y'all better know this, because now I'm gonna plant it by itself, but just the, oh my God, it got so big. It got so big. But look at the bees. Like, I don't want to I won't be pulling this one until it actually dies out, and I'm hoping that I can actually take some cuttings from it. But I just want to give y'all a view of this Coleus. And this is, you know, most Coleus are kind of part sun, but this is the new kind that where it takes sun, because it's been in full sun this whole summer. So I definitely won't be pulling these up because the bees, they love this. They love it, and they do love the marigold too, but I'm gonna have to pull the marigold up, so maybe they'll just go ahead and go over to the Coleus here. So in this bed, we got Swiss chard, we have bok choy, and then we seeded some carrots right here. And then I put a sage, I put 2 sage plants right there, but one didn't make it. So let me give y'all a little pointer, because I got several more sage, because I was going to put some in a pot and also plant some in ground. But let me give you a pointer when you're starting from seeds. When you start from seeds, go ahead and seed more than what you think you'll need. Normally I'll seed about 20 to 25% more than what I think I will need, for the simple fact that I gave this area right here the same treatment. I gave it the same dry release fertilizer. I put biotone in there, and one of them just, like, I don't know, it didn't like being there, and it just died. And so that happens. So that's why you need to plant a little bit more than what you think you are going to need. So I can't wait for the carrots to pop up. Y'all know my favorite are the rainbow carrots, and we grow them each and every year, and they taste so good. I never was a carrot person until I start growing those, and every year I grow them and we roast them, and they are just wonderful, because I got my little carrot sign right here, but the bok choy is doing good as well, and the Swiss chard. So we got those going. Those should be good. This is the last bed I'm working on, and because I don't want to pull my tomato plants, because we've been getting great tomatoes off of them. But as I continue to move back, I'm going to just have to go ahead and harvest the tomatoes that I have and just finish up with my greens, because I still have so much more I need to plant. I got cabbage ready to go in the ground. We got Brussels sprouts ready to go in the ground. So we're going to have to do it. But yesterday, we went ahead and planted our red mustards. These are so good to add in a mixed salad. But if you've noticed, I don't know if you guys have noticed, for my birthday, my husband finally ran drip to this area of the new garden. And let me tell y'all how much work that has taken off of me just from this area right here. It has taken off so much time that I don't have to get out here and, you know, with the water hose and water them and leave it there and then come back and do something else. Right now I'm still gauging how long to keep it on. And that's one thing that you want to do. So I let it run for about 2 hours, and it seems to be doing good at that time frame. But these are the I want to say this is the 1/2-inch tubing, and they have the holes every 12-inch, which is good for my fall leafy greens, because I've been spacing them every 12-inch. So I'm so glad about that. Now he is not excited, because I said, wow, I love this. Now we got to try to run it in the other part of the garden. So we'll work on that probably in fall, but I definitely want to get it ran over there too, because y'all know the story I told you. We got a guy that worked on irrigation that came out here and talked me into putting something I didn't like out there, and I still don't like it. And so we're just gonna run drip, and I may just hire somebody to do that, because I know it's gonna be some work. We still have to bury this tube right here, and what we're going to do is just get like a PVC pipe and run it through here, just so that when my husband cuts the grass, you know, he's not running over that. So we still have to bury that, but just having this, oh my God, where have I been? Now if I can get it all ran to all parts, I will be, whew, y'all, I will be so happy. Okay, so before we end, I wanted to show you all how much my moringa tree has grown. And I actually come out here from time to time and get a little bit and add to the smoothie. But you can always dehydrate these and make it out of a powder and use. But look, that's why they call it the drumstick tree. It is so huge. And we got two that are on, let me show you. We got two that are on the patio. And this is what I say about planting more than what you need, because we actually sold some moringa trees, but these were too small when I put the ad up, that I didn't want to sell these until they got a little bit bigger. But look at these right here. So when it starts to get cool, we'll just, like, you know, move them to the garage and then bring them out next year and go ahead and pot them up in a bigger container. And we'll probably we'll see how the big one does, because I can't move that into the garage because it's too tall now. But we'll see how that one does. But we know that we have two on standby. And I think I got a few more seeds left, because where did I order these? I want to say I ordered them off of Etsy. If I'm not mistaken, I ordered them off Etsy. I did. I ordered these moringa tree seeds off Etsy. And then, you guys, if you have not watched our fall container planting, go back and watch those. I'm watching this right here because we got a hard rain the other day, and I think this kind of broke off, this right here. So I'll just go ahead and tear that off. But let me show you really quick the ginger and the turmeric, how it has grown to be so big. This is the ginger right here. It is really starting to grow big, as well as the turmeric. And we planted those in pots. But some other things I want to plant for the fall as well is the some fava beans. We want to try those this year. I had ordered some more seeds and so we want to go ahead and get those planted. So I'm just going to have to go ahead and pull up the rest of this summer stuff and finish planting, so that we can at least start harvesting before it gets too cold. So let's go ahead and let's announce our winners for the birthday giveaway. I want to thank each and every one of you who participated, because y'all know if it was up to me, I would give each and every one of you, all of you would be winners. But I only have a limited quantity, but I do appreciate each and every one of you who entered. So let's go ahead and announce our birthday giveaway winners. Okay, so we had 3 chances for you all to win. So we want to congratulate our winners. For Instagram, it's Jenny Palmer 71. For our email list, it's Jamie Grimes. And for YouTube, it's Little Beans Garden. And I will be reaching out to each and every one of you. I will tell you, if you are not on our email list, I'm going to leave that link in the description, because make sure you get on our email list, because we always give out tips, recipes, and specials that we do not announce on social media. So definitely make sure you are on the email list. So let's congratulate our winners. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you share this video with your family and your friends. And if you are not a subscriber, we would absolutely love to have you as a subscriber. So make sure you tap the bell so that you can receive notification each and every time we upload a new video. Again, thank you all so much for watching, and until the next video, bye bye.